All right, today in class we started going over a practice test for just to get ready for the state test coming up. So what I want my virtual students to do is, since you don't have a copy of this test, you are going to just work it out on paper, and then when you come on Friday, or if you want to come before and I can just set one in the front office, I'll give you a copy of this and you can transfer your answers over, because we are going to take this up and for a test grade. All right, so on the first one, it says Joe's mom gave him $40. He bought a game, he bought 2 snacks, and he bought some flowers. If Joe went home with 1/4 of the money his mom gave him, how much were the flowers? So this is the part of the problem that makes it a 7th grade problem. That is blurry. Does it go out some? All right, his mom gave him $40. So if we do 1/4 of $40, we're going to do 40 divided by 4. And he went home with $10. So then we'll take, that means he spent 30. And he bought a game and 2 snacks. And he's got $12.75 left over for the flowers. All right, on the next problem, it says Aiden and his 2 friends ordered a pizza that had 12 slices. They ate 2/3 of the pizza. So they ate 2/3 of the pizza. So we're going to do 2/3 times 12. That'd be 24/3. So they ate 8 pieces of the pizza. Then it says they divided what was left. So if they ate 8 pieces, that means there were 4 pieces left, and they divided those 4 pieces among 3 friends. So each friend got 1 1/3. Number 3, Kate conducts a survey at her middle school to determine the favorite sport. Which sampling method is best? We want to pick the one that is the fairest for everybody. A, we don't want to pick that because it's just the football team. B, we don't want to pick that because it's just the 7th graders. C says Kate surveys every 4th student entering the school. That gives everybody a chance to be selected, and it is the fairest. So that is the correct answer. D starts off pretty good. It says Kate surveys every 8th student, which is good. That's fair. But then it says only from the choir members. So we don't want to just ask the choir students. So C is our correct answer. All right, number 4, I'm going to show you 2 ways to do this. We are looking for the side B. If we know that these 2 triangles are proportional to each other. So the way that I set it up is I match up the sides. And I say 6 goes with 27. So 8 is going to go with what? And then when you cross multiply and divide, that would give you 36. That's one way to do it. Another way to do it is to match up the 10 and the 45. 10 goes with 45, and 8 goes with what? Cross multiply, divide. You will get 36 that way. Those are my favorite ways to do it. Today in class, almost everybody worked it a different way. They used special numbers. So what they did was, let's see, they said that 27 divided by 6 is 4.5. So the special number is 4.5. If you do 45 divided by 10, that would also give you 4.5. So when I go to do 8, I'm going this way. So instead of dividing by my special number, I'm going to multiply times 4.5. And that still gives me B is 36. So 3 different ways to do the same problem. All right, number 5 wants you to pick which 2 expressions are equal to 1/3 and 2/5. 1/3 is a positive 1/3 because there's nothing in front of it. 2/5 is a negative 2/5 because that is a minus sign, but it's also a negative sign. So we're going to pick the 2 answer choices that have 1/3 as a positive and 2/5 as a negative. Circle those and make it a negative. That's a rule we learned way back at the beginning of school. So I've got a positive 1/3 and a negative 2/5. So that one is the same. B is not correct because 2/5 is positive, and that's not what we wanted. On C, it has absolute value bars, which means just make the number a positive. So I've got positive 1/3. I've got positive 2/5. But when I drop that minus sign down, it does become a negative. So that one is also the same. D is not correct because the 2/5 is not negative, and E is not correct because the 2/5 is not negative. So A and C. All right, number 6 says it gives you a graph of candy and how many calories are in it. Based on the graph, how many calories are in one piece of candy? So I'm going to go right here, and it says that 60 calories are in 4 pieces of candy. So we're going to do Y divided by X. 60 calories in 4 pieces would be 15 calories per piece. So 1 piece of candy has 15 calories. I'm going to do number 8 next because I like it better than number 7. Number 7 is the hardest to me. It takes forever. Number 8 says a company manufactures cell phones. In August, they did a sample of 125 and found out 3 of the 125 were defective. If the cell phone company puts out 8,000 cell phones, how many do you expect to be defective? So it's asking us to predict what we think is going to happen based on the experiment or the sample. So we're going to set up a proportion. We know that 3 out of 125 were messed up, and we're going to use that to predict how many out of 8,000. So we know 3 out of 125 were messed up. We're going to predict how many out of 8,000. Cross multiply 3 times 8,000 divided by 125, and it gives us B, 192. Cell phones should be messed up out of the 8,000. All right, to me, number 7 is the most tedious. It says Campbell's paycheck was $257.20. She put 1/4 of her paycheck. So we need a number to go with of. Her paycheck was $257.20. If we divide that by 4, it gives us $64.30. That's how much she put into savings. I divided it by 4. That's the fastest way to do it. All right. And then it says she took 1/3 of what was left. So before we can do the 1/3, we've got to find out how much was left. So we take our whole paycheck minus what she put into savings. No. I'm not using a calculator. I probably should. 0, 9, 2, 192. So what was left was 192.90. And she used 1/3 of that to pay bills. So we're going to divide that by 3. And again, this is why I hate this problem. It gives us $64.30. That is just a coincidence. But that's how much she used to pay bills. How much money does she have left from her paycheck? So we took the $257 minus the $64 she put in savings, and she had $192 left. We used that to figure out that she would pay $64.30 in bills. So she has $128.60 left. So what I forgot to tell you to do at the beginning of all this was to put a star by the ones that you're pretty sure that you're not going to miss. So like, I don't think I would miss this one. I don't think I would miss this one, but I might miss number 7, so I'm not going to put a star beside it. So I just want you to put a star beside the ones on both pages that you are confident that you're not going to miss. So at the end of this, we can see how far away we are from our goal. All right, let me know if y'all have any questions.